actually nervous because you're kind of like my inspiration. So.
Well, just relax and let's chat.
Yes. So, so I recently just got my pro card with the WBFF, and I started my journey to bodybuilding about 5 years ago. And I'm 35 now, but I remember I was thinking like, oh, I think I'm too old for this. I think I missed my mark. And I remember seeing you, and just you're so full of energy and just so beautiful and so confident. And I was like, you know what? If she can do it, then I can do it. You know?
Yes.
Yeah. So you started your journey when you were 59.
Yes.
Okay. And what about before that? So I'm super curious. You know, you have 2 kids. You have 2 beautiful daughters.
Thank you.
Yeah. I know that fitness has always been kind of a part of your life. But what was it like for you as a mom raising 2 kids? Did you ever feel that you had to choose one or the other, or that you couldn't focus 100% on one? What was your journey like there?
Well, when I had my children, it was just all about them.
Yeah.
And that's why today I don't have any regrets to just do my own thing now. As you saw, they all, they're older now. And I will recommend to women who are raising their children to stay focused on that and having the knowingness and the awareness that one day, you will have the whole rest of your life to do what you want to do. And that's what I'm doing with mine.
Yeah, so that's kind of the interesting part, and kind of what I try to focus on this podcast is really is talking to moms or women who have raised children before, and really trying to figure out, how you balance your own personal goals as a woman, as an individual, and, home duties, raising children, all of that. I know for me, that's kind of my biggest struggle, is how much it takes to meal prep, how long your workouts take. And then, you have children, so there's always that little bit of guilt and feeling like, you're going to miss out on your own journey because you're so focused on your children. But you're right, at some point it's going to be all about you.
Exactly. And one thing, let me interrupt you before I forget, but one thing that I remember when my kids were under 2-3 years old, at the school, I was working in Cambridge High School in Massachusetts, and the school gave a opportunity for all the teachers to go and get a doctor's degree. And my kids were little. So I did, because, as a woman and as a career woman or a homemaker, you are, you have this desire to continue developing and perfecting and doing your own thing. I went and I registered. Well, I only made it to 1 class. I could not deal with it because my kids were, like still little babies, 2-3 years old. So I had to give up my dream to get my doctor's degree. But then, when they were in their teen years, I had a great opportunity to get my doctor's degree here in Florida at my own pace, and it worked out beautifully. And I think this is the beautiful things about life, and that I work body, mind, and spirit. And then when you do things the right way, you have responsibility for these human beings, for these children. They only, they need their mom and dad with the first 5 years. After that, they're teenagers. I don't want to be with you. Don't hold my hand, because my kids used to tell me that. Don't hold my hand. Don't touch me. This kind of thing. But their life gives you the opportunity. This is the thing. If it is a dream that you really treasure, that is a part of your calling, it will happen. The same thing was with my yoga. I could not do yoga. I can do yoga now all day long if I wish to. But when I have my kids, I have to limit my yoga. Everything has to be limited. Then when they were teenagers, I can go to India. I went into India, study yoga in India. If I want to do yoga all day long, I can do yoga all day long. And what I discovered is that if it is a dream that it's a treasure within your mind and in your heart, and it's something that is part of your divine destiny, you will do it. You will do it, but you have to take care of business that you have in front of you in the moment. we
Focus
we
on that.
we can neglect, because the neglect will bring guilty feelings of guilty, feelings of you weren't a great mom. That I don't worry about my daughters. I know, how are they doing? Oh, the coronavirus. Oh, they catch it. You don't see me on that. You know what? Because you know what you raise. I know what I put out there into the world. Great human beings, you do the best, and it doesn't mean that when you're doing it, I was perfect, I knew everything. No, you know, you like everybody else, but you do your best. You always, this is my thing in life. Whatever you do it the best that you can at that time, because later you will have more information, more knowledge, more experience, more of everything. But it's so powerful, it's so beautiful. And when we embrace that, we have a sense of peacefulness, happiness, joy, and everything is just perfect. It really is.
No, you're right. And I think a huge part of being able to really accept that mindset is probably taking out age, right? This feeling that your clock is ticking down. Because
Totally.
for me, that's something, and you know, following you has really kind of helped me with that. But that's something I was so afraid of. I'm not afraid of dying. It's this fear of aging, because I feel like it stops you, or it puts a time limit on the things that you can accomplish. So like, I only have this window to accomplish these things. And that's when you really like start to kind of spiral and try to do it all. And then, you know, you can't do it all.
Well, I'm so glad, you have changed your mindset, because time doesn't have the power to control you. You control time, you control age. This philosophy that is out there in the world, that like you said, a certain time, well, this is the time to do this, this is the time to have children, this is the time to go to school, this is the time to retire, this is the time to die. And it's completely false. Listen to this. I started bodybuilding at 59 years old. I became a writer in my 60 years old. I got my doctor's degree in my 50s. So if in my 40s, I decide, well, I'm 40 years old, I'm too old, especially in the Latin culture, because I'm from Venezuela. So you grow up with this mentality that a woman after 40 years old, she's good for nothing. Thank God, that mentality of, I don't think about age, I think about potential. And I'm proving my point, because I became a bodybuilder, I became a writer, I got my doctor's degree. And God knows what I'm gonna be doing in my 80s. Because I feel young, I feel healthy, I feel terrific, I have energy, I don't feel age, I don't have anything in common with people at 70, I don't have anything in common with somebody 74 years old, because I don't have aches, I don't have pain, I don't have anything. I have energy, I have excitement, I feel healthy, I feel powerful, I feel terrific. But you know what it is? It's a mindset. It's a mindset. And that people, you see people in their 30s and 20s, and they feel old, they can do nothing, life is thing, or whatever. No time for that. But you're absolutely right. I'm so excited about this, because I'm so glad with women like you, because you will keep promoting. When I'm gone, you will keep promoting this mentality. We need.
When I grow up, I want to be you. I want to be as fabulous as you are. So let me ask you a question, and you know, if this is too personal, don't feel that you need to answer, but you're such a powerful force, and you have this very, you know, vibrant energy. When it comes to a partner, are you married or have been married? Or?
Yes, of course, I have the father of my children, absolutely. But the thing with a partner is this. Okay, let's take it from the beginning. You are a daughter, then you were a sister, and then you had your boyfriend, and then you became a wife, and then you became a mother, and then now the part that is left here is that your children want you to be a grandmother. They want you to be the babysitter for your kids. No, in my case. I have a grandchild, and my daughter knows. I have a life. And this is what happened is in my case, I have fulfilled the role of mother, the wife, the sister, the daughter. And I have done those roles perfectly. I had no regret. So my point is, from now on, I had no responsibility for anybody else but me.
I love that.
Nobody else. You know why? Because for 20, 30 years, 40 years, I took care of you. I was behind you. I helped you to go to school. I helped you to get your business going. I was there for you. The house was clean. The food was cooked. All the stuff that women do. And then I get mail and texting and messages from women saying, I don't want to be raising my... the other day, somebody sent me a note that, oh, she doesn't have time because she works, she goes to school, she works, and on top of that, she has to take care of her son's children. You know what I mean? No. And this is what women have to really... I'm not saying it's a bad thing, and I don't want people to misunderstand or misconstrue, but it's, you have a life. You have more time, more power. If you want to be a babysitter, you want to raise, you want to help your children to raise their kids, and you love it, and you're happy with it, more power to you. But that's not your destiny. That's not automatically the role that every single woman has to fulfill. Because I get the mail and the notes and texts from these women crying, telling me, I feel I want to do more things. I want to travel. I want to go back to school. I want to do this. I want to dance. So I just reading the mail that I get, it gives me more power to really continue with this train of thought, because I hear from these women all day long. They, you know what, they said, what happened to me after I got married? Everything is gone. They put on weight. They forget this. And it's not. That is not the right thing to do. You can be married, and if you don't have to eat like your husband eats. You don't have to put in 20 pounds because you got married. You don't have to be unhealthy because you got married. You have to set the rules. And this is a lot of time. And I'm really, that's why I have this, this book. I have 4 books. And in this book of relationships, this is what I talk about. It's about relationship, how you can have relationship in which you don't lose yourself, in which you can, you know what I mean? Why, I don't understand why my husband should be like, oh, well, that bikini for competition is too revealing. You're not going to compete. You think I'm going to listen to that? Are you crazy?
That's to that, yes, 100%.
He doesn't like it, he can take a walk. But I'm not going to sacrifice my life, the things that I want to do because you're in insecurity. Go get yourself together. Go find somebody else that you can control, and you can tell her what to do and what to say and how to act. No, with me. Yes, I'm a very strong, powerful person. Nobody, because when you have clarity, when you have a sense of clarity of who you are, nobody can come and try to brainwash you. Well, this is what you should do. This is what you should do. No, that's what I work, body, mind, and spirit, because I listen to God. I listen to guidance. I listen to supernatural information. This is your destiny. This is what I need you to do. This is where you're going to go. And you know what? For me, has worked 100%. So I don't listen to anybody but God. Pow!
Was after my divorce.
Yes.
My first one. I had time. There was a 3-year gap where I was, we shared custody with the kids, so there were some times where he had the kids, and it was a chance for me to be like, you know what, I have all these things I want to do in my life. Why am I not doing that?
Exactly.
Why am I not taking the time to invest in myself? And so that's kind of where I started on my fitness journey, and why I love fitness so much, because it's something that you can control. And you said earlier that a lot of women say, I don't have time, or I'm doing all these other things. But it has to be something that you prioritize along with those other things. It just has to be one of those items on the list that is important to you. It's not optional.
Exactly.
I'm going to train. So you decided at 59 you wanted to start bodybuilding. What was the reason behind that?
I didn't decide it. You know what I mean? I just didn't say, well, no, I'm going to bodybuild. You know what I mean? No. I was here in my town, and I met, and we had like about 2 or 3 hurricanes, one after the other. I'm in Florida. So I was at the TV station, and we were doing some pep talk for people not to be depressed because of the hurricanes. And I met my coach. First time I seen this guy, his name is Steve, and we started talking, and he mentioned, he knew I was a runner. My thing was running. I never lifted weight, run. And my yoga, my stretching. So he started talking to me about this thing called bodybuilding. And I said to him, what is that? He explained, and he said to me, you know, you can be good at it. And I said, really? But I don't know how to train that. I don't know what to do. He said, I will train you. And in January 2005, we started working out in January. He takes me to my first competition in June, right here in, across the state in Tampa, and I won the whole thing. From that moment on, and the judges, when I asked, you know, the first competition, you go to the judges, well, what can I do to get better? How, you know how that goes. So the judges told me, you have a great stage presentation, you will give them a run for their money, you have good symmetry, everything the judges told me was positive. So of course you get hooked, because you start something successfully, I will be stupid to give it up. And since then, I've been competing since 2005. And the judges...
You compete in open class too, so you're not just strictly...
No, it took a little courage, because, you know, you start competing in your age. You know, then I was 50, so I was competing in my age. And then, but I got this prompting, this calling, this open class. And I mentioned it to my coach, and he said, yeah, you can go open class. And now I do open class, and I cross over to 40, 30, 50, whatever I want.
What do you feel like? That's awesome. So no boundaries for you. You just
No, exactly, because because I just can't get it. You know, I can't get the boundary deal. I just can't think, oh, well, I cannot go open class because I'm 74. I don't think so. You know what I mean? I'm not looking at it. I look great. I look at myself today because I'm preparing for my next competition, which is in about 8 weeks. And I look in the mirror and I like what I see. You know, as long as I'm content and I'm happy with what I see, that's all I care. If I have the sagging skin and the gross stuff, I can say, well, okay, no, that's too much. You know what I mean? But if I look at myself and I feel great and I look great for me, I don't feel embarrassed to go and put my bikini on. I look forward to that. So no, it's very difficult for me to get into the mindset of age. I just can't go there. I just can't.
How do you protect yourself from, I guess, the habit of comparing? So, and this is something that I've done, especially since I'm brand new to competing. I'm 35. I did my first show 35 plus in WBFF. But how do you protect yourself from comparing to all the younger girls and what they look like, and, you know, those expectations?
That's a great question, because, you know, I'm a natural bodybuilder. I don't take protein, I don't drink supplement, I don't take anything. I don't take protein powder, I don't take supplements, I don't take vitamins, I take nothing. And when I go to nationals, I'm competing with women who look like men. How, you know, because I'm so comfortable that I'm a natural bodybuilder, that I do it for my health, that I like the benefit and the result that I get. And I'm you see, because you are, what I'm saying to you is you are the same way. You are so unique. Your symmetry, your look, your hair, the way you move. You're a beautiful woman. So there is no way in my head that will compare. I see these humongous women and I don't care. And you know what happened, baby? I place. I go to nationals and I place. And you know what the audience said to me? They said to me, you know, Josefina, you were the only female on stage. So,
everybody nowadays, you see, you know, they're taking something. I'm not saying everybody, but it's very common. And so when you're comparing yourself to what that looks like, you have to keep in mind, this is a natural look.
Exactly.
There's nothing wrong if you want to take whatever.
Exactly.
But you have to remember where you are in that, and what's realistic, being natural, and what's not.
Exactly. And you know what? You're doing it for your health. You have children. My daughters are proud of me because they know I don't take anything. People in social media can say, oh no, she's not natural, because they don't understand the hard work pays. They want the quick fix. They take the pill and your muscle blow, you know. But going back to that sense of confidence, because you know what you're getting out of it. You know how you feel. You know that you are your best. You are your best competition. You are competing with the one who competed last year. Like for me, I'm getting better for this year because I'm beating myself from last year. You know, I'm gonna change my presentation at night. I wanna do a little bit slower music, a little bit more sexy and more sassy and all that kind of stuff, because I come like a hurricane. You know, you see my video, I come like a hurricane. But, and the beautiful thing and this is the thing when you have confidence on stage, you know what the judges said to me every single year? Without me asking, because at this point I don't ask anymore, oh, what can I do to get better? You know what I mean? I look at the mirror and I can say, okay, you need to do this. But every year they tell me, Josefina, without me asking, every year you get better. Every year you're looking better. Can you believe that? And I don't take supplement, and I'm 73, I'm 74, I'm 72, I'm 71, and every year the judges said to me, you improve every single year. And that was motivate me to work harder. I can't wait for the gym to open, you know, because I mean my leg extension, I mean my leg press, you know, my 500-pound leg press and all that kind of stuff. And I can't wait for that. But work hard, and you are your best competition. You train to win. I train to win. I train to win. But when you go on stage, you have no clue. But I train to win. And with that mentality, in nationals, I don't care. To me, in nationals, placing is enough. Yeah. If I get third place, fourth place, I always get third or fourth or fifth. As long as I place in nationals, I'm the happier. But you know why? Because for me, it's first place.
Yeah. That's wonderful. And, you know, I think that's kind of the beauty with bodybuilding and why I would encourage any woman to try it, because I feel like it pulls you out of this shell and you kind of have to learn to be confident, right? Because if you're going to step on stage in a tiny bikini, one, you have to make sure that you put in the work to make sure you look your best. But in practicing the posing and practicing, you know, your walk and everything, it just naturally brings out just confidence.
Exactly.
Every time you do it, you feel more and more confident. And so I personally encourage, you know, women wherever they are in life to give it a shot and to try.
Absolutely. I completely agree with you, because and this is what slows down the aging process, because you don't fall down and you don't get wrinkled because you're 70 or 60 or 40 or whatever age you are. You get wrinkled because you don't have muscle mass. You don't have muscle tone. And if you don't have muscle, if I didn't have this bicep here, there will be skin hanging all over the place. But you know what? I have muscle. And those muscle fills up the skin. And that's why you don't have the sagging stuff. And you have a strength, and you have balance, and you have power, and you can lift, and you can push, and you can walk, and you know, you don't falling down because you're 70 or 60 or 40, whatever. It's just the benefits. It's so amazing.
So do you have a community of friends who are close to the same age around you that compete as well? No, you kind of stand alone, huh?
Oh, but yeah, alone. I have no drama. Praise the Lord.
Yeah. That's good, though.
You know, I had nothing to complain about life. I had no pain to share with people, with the physical pain or emotional pain. Thank God, I'm a very happy human being. But my happiness is because I cultivate body, mind, and spirit. When you cultivate body, mind, and spirit, and that's what I talk in all my books. What happened? Your emotion. Yes, I got 4 books. This
relationship.
Yeah, I have. This is the #1 book. This is Vibrant at Any Age. Yeah. This is the #1 book. This is like the foundation. The foundation of everything is here, because it's affirmation, visualization, goal setting, everything that it has to be for the basis. And then I have book #2 that I don't have it with me here. And then I have this is book #4, and book #3 is the relationship. And the book #2 is about why it's so important to continue learning. Because this is what happens. It's not that you get old, it's that you stop. You stop exercising. You stop learning. You stop being. You give up. Practically, people give up. So my 4 books is all about those things. Keep on learning, you know, keep on exercising, vibrant at any age. The relationship is so powerful, because you need to have a good relationship with yourself. And that's what I'm happy, because I like myself. I love myself. And it's not like an egotistical, I don't have, no. It's just, you're content because you're doing the right things for you. You have done everything that you have put in your place for the last 60, 50 years. Now is my time. Now is my time. And not giving it up for anything.
So looking back at your younger self when you were raising kids and, before the fitness journey, what is one thing that you wish you had really known then? Something that has really changed, throughout the years that if you could go back to yourself and say, Josefina, like, this is the one thing I want you to know.
Well, you will be surprised, but nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, so you're happy with just...
Absolutely. And it has to do because whatever stage in my life I was, let's say raising my children, I had to give up my dream of getting my doctor's degree because I was raising my children. When I was in my country, before I left my mom, I bought her an apartment. I furnished the apartment. She still lives in that apartment. I left everything perfect for my mother. When I was with my husband, the same way. With my children, the same way. So I look back at my life and I thank God I don't have any regret that I say, oh, yeah, well, I should have got my doctor's degree then. No, because my kid would have missed the mother. My kid would be raised by a nanny or a babysitter. What the hell is that? To me, that doesn't make sense. So, and that's why now with my bodybuilding and my writing, my two activities right now is my bodybuilding, my writing. So I'm completely immersed in those activities. That's what I breathe. That's my life right now. So, and everybody around me, they just my cheerleaders right now, because I was a cheerleader for other years.
Yeah.
So now I feel their job now is to support me. And if they don't, I keep on going anyway.
Right. I mean, because that's huge too, right? Because sometimes you're going to have to write out your journey alone without support. So you have to be...
And that's a great point. Because most people give up because they don't have anybody supporting them. And this is the beautiful thing, is you cultivate your spirit. Because what you don't have as a strength with the flesh, with the strength of the other human beings, your spirit is such a dynamic force that it pulls you. This is what drives me. People say, where do you get that energy? I want to have that energy. But people don't know that energy comes from developing my spiritual muscle. If I didn't develop my spiritual muscle every single morning, I will never have that energy to go. And no matter what anybody says, and if I have to go alone, I go it alone. You know why? Because I know the Spirit with me. I know that God is with me. I have faith. I trust. And I mean, if you read my first book, this one, I tell my story how I got to this country. I had no money. I had no friends. I had no idea how to speak English. I had nothing. And I came here and here I am. But why? Because I always follow that intuition, that sixth sense, that prompting. You have faith, you trust, And one of the things that it's amazing, because I learned coming to this country that once you take the first step into darkness, the light will appear. Every time. It's exciting. Life is really exciting. Because when you take that step, you don't, but I don't know anybody in the United States. I don't know what I'm going to get. My mom says to me, where are you going to go? Where are you going to stay? I say, I don't know. The only thing I know is that hotel in English and Spanish is spelled the same way. So the worst case scenario for me was to spend the weekend in a hotel. That was the worst case scenario. And you know what happened? I was in the plane from my ride from Venezuela to Washington, D.C. I sat next to this lady, and she asked me, what are you doing in the United States? And she spoke Spanish because I didn't speak any English. And so I started very excited, in my early 20s, telling her what I was doing here. And she said, where are you staying? And I said, I don't know. And she said, you can stay with me in my home.
Yeah, that's awesome. And I've experienced that too. One of the things I did after my first divorce, I wanted to be a movie star, makeup artist. I wanted to do makeup in Hollywood. And I literally did just that. I decided I'm going to go to Hollywood, and I'm going to go to school, and I'm going to come back and really just focus on being here. But that process really taught me sometimes you don't know all the answers. You don't know how it's going to work out. You just have to make that first step and let the rest just work itself out, because it will.
It does, yeah, absolutely. And to me, that's the beauty and excitement of life. That's what makes life so exciting. Because if we knew everything is going to happen, and this is what people don't achieve goals and dreams, because they want to have the answer, well, what's going to happen tomorrow? You don't know what's going to happen tomorrow. You got to take this step. You have to take this step first, and then the thing happens. It's beautiful.
Yeah, we talk about training our bodies, but it's all about training the mind.
Absolutely.
Much time training your mind and your mindset, to really take you to that next level and get you through life, for sure. One of the things that I did recently was I bought a crown from Amazon. I ordered it on Amazon, and I tapped it in my garage where all my workout stuff is. Because for me, being able to visualize what I want and almost act as if it's yours already, it's yours to lose pretty much. So that's been helping me train, just seeing that crown there. And there's sometimes where I'm like, man, I don't want to train. But then I look at that crown and I'm like, if I want to be a queen, I need to act like one.
Absolutely.
That helps me visualizing it.
Yes.
So how do you know when you're done with bodybuilding? Is that you're just gonna take it as it comes, or?
Yes, absolutely. Because I really feel like I'm 74. I feel like I have until probably 79, 80. I don't, because my skin, I'm being blessed in the sense with my physique, and the same my genetics. And and another thing, because people are blessed genetically speaking, but they don't take care of themselves. So whatever good genes you may have, if you don't take care of your skin and all the things that we already know, then doesn't matter. But in my case, it's the opposite. I have good genetics, and I respect it, and I treasure it, and I don't abuse it. I go to sleep early. I rest. I don't have stress in the sense that I'm gonna stress myself out because of the coronavirus. I don't go there. I don't watch negative news. I don't watch the news. I don't watch TV. I do my blogs. I do my videos. I do my workout. I read my Bible. I do the things that have taken me where I'm at, and I see what is in my future, and I see even bigger and better things, even better than now. And there's enough.
Even though this is 100% what you're doing right now, I think it's important for people to know that, hey, that might change. 2 years from now, this might not be a passion of yours anymore, and you might want to do something else. But to me, that's okay. That's happened to me several times in my life. I've taken something 100% and run with it, and then 2 years later, I'm like, I want to do something else. And I used to think that was the bad, but I don't. Maybe you've done all that you want to do in this one area of your life, and now it's time for something different.
Exactly, at least in my experience, and that again, we go back to the body, mind, and spirit. When we had a connection with divine energy, those experiences, oh, well, I wanted to do that, but now I don't, doesn't happen very often. Why? Because the alignment and the connection with it's already there for you, that is already manifested, that is only waiting for you to say yes. It's already done. It's already a reality. It's in the supernatural. And now with my behavior, with my belief, with my faith, with my trust, with my certainty, I invite that. And that's why in my life, I don't look back and I say, oh, I didn't finish. Oh, I didn't. Like I have somebody at the kids' back. Yeah, that's okay. They can come. We can talk to them. But anyway, so that is why I saw to have that balance, body, mind, and spirit. Your life is total perfection. It really blossoms in total perfection. You don't have very often those situations where, well, I wanted to do yoga, but now I don't. In my case, it's totally the opposite. I wait until I got the opportunity. Now, like I say, I can do yoga all day. I can work out all day. I can ride all day, Right. But it's because of that connection, and because everything before that, I did it perfectly.
So you're still writing. What is the next book that you're reading?
The next book that I'm already talked to my editor about it is about this. I'm very big with the stereotypes and how the stereotype had a societal stereotype had the power to limit people's choices. Example, you have to retire, let's say at 60. Now you have to do that. But it's like it's an imposition, so that blocks the individual to continue developing. And what I believe is these years are the best years of your life, because it doesn't make any sense to me that from the time I was born until 40 years, that's the best time of my life, right? Okay, after 40, you're a woman, forget about it. Okay, so what happened? 40, and then you have probably another 40 years if you last, another 40 years. So this next 40 years supposed to be the worst of my life? That doesn't make sense to me. Because in my first 40s, I didn't know anything. I didn't have anything. I was learning. I was going to school. You're learning. You know what I mean? Now, yeah, now you got all this information, 40 years of experience, and then now you have to stop and do nothing. It's the opposite. Now you have another, that's what I see with me. I have another 40 years that I can continue discovering new talents, discovering new potential. I didn't know I had a talent to be a bodybuilder. I didn't know I had a talent to become a writer. Had no clue that I was going to be writing books like the way I'm writing books. So the theme for the next book is talking about all the stereotypes that exist in society, and also people. The young people start in the association age with being useless, would put you in the corner. Your information, your knowledge is no good. This kind of thing has to stop. And as long as I'm alive, I'm gonna show them you are freaking wrong. It's the opposite.
That's so true, and that's something that I'm learning and still really trying to grab onto. But that just hit me hard, because if you look at life that way, 40 years, and then a whole nother 40 years,
yeah,
that's a lot. A whole nother 40 years.
And then being sick, getting old and useless, you know what I mean? It doesn't make any sense. It's an insanity. It's insane.
But I do think what people need to be aware of too is how much you take care of your body, because those last 40 years could be difficult if you don't take care of your body.
Exactly, because taking care of your body is not an event that happens because you're a certain age. Taking care of your body is a lifestyle. It's a way of beingness. It's not a special occasion. Oh, because, like I used to have people, thank God I don't get those people anymore. Oh, can you give me a diet because my son is going to get married in 8 weeks. And I'm thinking, are you crazy? Are you kidding me? You want me to give you a diet because your son is getting married in 4 weeks or 8 weeks? So that's insane. But you're absolutely right, because it's the understanding. The abusing your body, regardless of your age, doesn't take you anywhere. Listen.
See, I feel like even culturally, because my family, I'm Salvadorian and Mexican. So my mom's side is from El Salvador, my dad's side is from Mexico. And I feel like it's the most difficult thing to get them in that mindset. And I think that's kind of the downfall to our culture too, is we like to eat certain foods and we like to drink, and so that's definitely, I look at my own family and I'm probably the healthiest one.
Yes. Yeah.
Getting yourself out of those roots,
And that's all you can do. You can be the role model. You can be the example. You can be the one that when you're my age, you look better than everybody else. Everybody else dropped dead and you're still kicking and going strong like nothing. You know what I mean? It's just, it's that kind of mentality. It's just respecting your health. Your health is your business, and it's not a business for a few days or few weeks. It's all the time, for as long as you're alive. It's having that mentality of self-respect. And talking about, confidence and self-respect, that's confidence and self-respect. You want to be confident, you take care of your body. You take care of your mind. You take care of your spirit. Anyway, so it's a lot. It's a good stuff.
So you're a coach too.
Yes.
So this is work that you do with your clients. One-on-one, you teach them this whole
Yeah, like at 3 o'clock, I have my one that I put at 3 because I had you today at 2.
Like I got a whole coaching session. I have got to like this has really been extremely helpful to me, and I know it's going to be helpful to a lot of people that watch who are mothers, who are just women in general trying to navigate their own journey. And I'm so grateful.
And one of the things that I want people to remember is don't feel guilty because you cannot do it now. Don't go into that guilt trap about, well, because of my kids I can't do this, and because of my kids I can't do that. No. You do the best you can with those children. You do the best you can in whatever you're gonna go to. I used to take my kids to the gym with me. They put in the babysitter. They were sitting. At that time, I used to do the stepper. That's all I did, like cardio. The stepper. And my kids were sitting next to me there. Those kind of things. But because you know in your heart, and this is the thing, that when you know in your heart that you will do it, you don't know when, but you will do it. It's like me with my yoga. I knew I was going to be doing yoga sometime in my life, not when my kids were in that, from born to 15. But then after that, it just gets easier because they don't want to be with you. They hate you.
Yeah, no, that's huge, and that's been super helpful to me just to hear that. And, life isn't over when you're 35, 40, 50, 60, 70.
No, always remember, it's the opposite. It's the opposite. You're just starting.
Yeah, you've blown my mind, girl. You've blown my mind. You've helped me even more. Yeah.
Yeah, you just started.
Yeah, even reading those numbers, 40 years, even if that's all people understand, is that, hey, first 40 years, you spend raising kids, doing whatever, you have 40 years, fool, to do your own thing.
Yeah. Now imagine you're 35 years old, I'm 74 years old, and I feel I'm starting, I'm just beginning.
Wow.
I feel I'm just getting started. And this month, it's gonna be, a few months before the lockdown, I went to California and I'm in American Got Talent show. So this month it's gonna come up. It's hysterical.
I can't wait to see.
I would have missed if I would have taken age, I would have never done American Got Talent. I would never done Steve Harvey. Look at all the things that I would have missed in my life. Not because it wasn't there for me, because I blocked myself thinking about I'm too old. So the American Got Talent is gonna be airing this month. I just got somebody to send me the link that they're starting to announce that it's amazing, it's hysterical, it's funny, it's just amazing.
I can imagine. I'm sure they all love you.
Yeah, right now I'm talking West State because I don't go send videos and send, find, no. Whoever wants me, they find me on Instagram, Facebook, whatever, YouTube. That's how Jada Pinkett Smith found me with my YouTube, with my Instagram. The same thing with the producer Steve Harvey. Now this other producer, she calls me before the lockdown and they're doing a show. Reinventing the show, Golden Girls.
Oh wow!
And they think I'm good for it.
Oh, you are.
So and they haven't done anything because they did the first 2 interviews. First one producer, then the owner of the casting agency, and then they called me and they said, you did well. But now we want to create a video. They got some of my footage and pictures. So I'm waiting to hear from them. So listen, maybe the next 10 years I'm in a show called. Well, I asked the owner, I asked the producer, what is the name of the show? They still don't know exactly the name, but it's a rebound from Golden Girls, and it's about women like my age that they still going and they still kicking, that they still being, that they still living. So they when they interview me, both producers, they were impressed because this is what I do. This is not something that I make. You know what I mean? This is my life. What you see is what you get.
I think you should have a reality TV show. If you ask me, I would watch it.
Yeah.
Okay, one more quick question. Who is your posing coach? Do you coach yourself?
Yes, I do. I do my coaching, but just before the lockdown, everything happened before the lockdown. I went to Costa Rica. One of the judges, she knows me for years. Her name is Sonny Schuster. And I ended up going to Costa Rica to visit, to spend a week with her. She invited me, so I went there. And she knows just me for competition. And are you there? I got cut off. Oh, and okay. Recording, okay. Okay, my friends. We got Denise. Look at all my friends, Denise. That's awesome, Josefina, the golden girl. Yes, Denise. I spelled the secret. It's still in the cooking, you know what I mean? But those are the things that are out there in the universe that if God wants me to do it, then I will do them. Because, you know, that's what I was telling her, that I don't go around sending videos to this show and that show and the other one. No. The Lord wants me to do it. He gives me the opportunity and people will find me. Thank you, Norma. So we finished. How do you like the interview? I think it was great, don't you think? Oh, yes, Patty Ann. Mary, hi, Sonia. We are here. This is the first time I do an interview in Zoom, and I think they have a specific time, like in Instagram, you have a certain time that you have to finish. Well, my friends, I have a client at 3 o'clock. How do you like my look? Thank you, Sonia. Thank you, Norma. Thank you, Patty. Okay. We're back. I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yes.
Oh my gosh, my computer died. I was so busy paying attention to you, I didn't even notice that it was so low. But yes, okay, real quickly, you were telling me that you met her in Costa Rica.
Okay, so Sonny, because I told her, Sonny, I want to reinvent myself for this year, for 2020. And Sonny said, you're right, see, you need to do this and you need to do that. So she trained me in Costa Rica for 1 week that I was with her, and she helping me to reinvent my presentation at night, because I usually come out, pow, 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 and then I hardly do any poses. I just dance. And then, you know.
I like it.
Yeah, so now it's gonna be a combination that I start slow, nice and sexy, and then fast, like the last 20 seconds, fast. So that, but because you always have to reinvent, and I wanna present, and she was right with me, to present the judges, not so much the audience, because the audience just don't know, but for me and the judges. So and for me, mainly it's for me because I get bored. I'm already bored with, doing the same thing. I just want something different. So I just creating new things.
Well, I can't wait to see your next show. It's in 8 weeks, right?
Yes, it's July 11th at MPC, Southern State.
Okay, awesome. I can't wait to see, and I look forward to hearing about your possible upcoming show and America's Got Talent. I'm really excited for your future, and now my future, with all of your help, tips, and advice. And I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me.
Well, thank you so much. Many, many blessings, and thank you. And I said, pow, you said, wow. Pow!
Wow.
Bye. Thank you.
Yes, bye.
Bye. Okay, leaving. Okay, my friends, I'm going to get ready for my client. I love you. Have fun. That is so good. This video is going to be on YouTube. Okay? I love you. Bye. YouTube. It's going to YouTube. Pow. I love you. See you tomorrow morning. Rise and shine.